speakers donating the coffee for today. Make sure you grab some before we started. I want to get it going in the next 10 minutes. I will say, though, taking advantage that we're here every Wednesday, this is not just to hear the speakers. This is all about connecting with someone else. So to the person next to you, if you don't know them, say good morning. I don't have to say a teacher from kindergarten, but say good morning, talk to them, make some connections. This is what it's all about, guys. It's all about creating that meaningful connection with the community, helping each other out. So take advantage of the coffee, take advantage of the time, and just find someone new today. We'll get started in the next 10 minutes or so. So thank you so much for coming here. Just so you know,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you this one when you start. You're gonna click this way for your slides. It's
one
around.
of those.
Oh, you have one of. Okay, perfect. So it's around 10 minutes of presentation. Then it's followed up by 10 minutes of Q&A.
Okay.
I'll talk to Steve right now.
Somebody doing a counter, the timer?
No, so just try not to be too long. 'Cause sometimes,
Yeah, if you want to give me the 2-minute sign.
Sounds good. I'll
that'd be great.
keep an eye on that.
Yes,
Don't worry about it.
please. Or if you want to give me the 2-minute sign.
Make sure you guys do personal. Like I said, I didn't get to talk to you too much, but it's all about like yourself. So I mean, you want to talk your business, of course, and that will be part of it. But I always tell people, if they connect with you, they'll connect with your business. So try to talk about your story. How did you get to be an entrepreneur? How did you get to this successful company? That'll be the key to success.
Yes, sir.
He's first, right?
Awesome. Yes, he's going
I
first.
thought you were first.
No, you're first.
No.
You're first.
24,
Get some coffee, get some free.
24 slides, 10 minutes. Steve.
Yeah. 10 minutes. Hey,
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Can't do anything
10
about the
minutes.
Q&A.
10 minutes. Can,
Or
no,
8
look,
minutes.
what's your
Or-
name? I'm sorry.
Daniel.
Daniel. Oh, nice seeing you.
We can't
Look,
do much
Steve.
about the Q&A. That's the reason for this.
We'll get a cane in the
Daniel is gonna give you a
I got this. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start the presentation. Yes. He told me you were first.
You're the presenter?
I guess.
Yes, so let me
I'm
introduce you.
Linda Upland.
Hi,
Nice to
hello
meet
to
you.
you.
Nice to meet you. I heard you're presenting, sir.
Yep.
There you go.
There we go. Well, that's journey. Factor here. Three
I'm
accidents.
Linda.
I even have a little airplane.
I saw the
I
presentation.
have my little airplane.
That's
I'm
cute.
UTRGV.
No,
Well, yeah.
back then,
Yeah,
back then,
yeah. I work with bothers me every single day. Todavía. Yes. I work
We're
for
still
the provost.
friends. We're still
Yeah.
friends, but I used to work under her.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all
been a
I'm
while. Yeah.
I'm in love.
After we came to TRGV, I took Earth Downey. So I came to economic development.
You want to go first?
Yes. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Ow. Good. How is everybody doing today? Good. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. My name is Linda Upland. Thank you, my peers over there. My name is Linda Upland. I'm the director here at the Entrepreneurship and Commercialization Center for UTRGV and part of the management team here at eBridge. I wanted to start today, and I'll let Daniel take over in a little bit, but I wanted to give you a brief because this week we had the privilege and the honor of attending a conference or a summit in Kansas City, where is the house of the Kauffman Foundation, which is the organization that oversees our 1 Million Cups program and our Kauffman Fast Track program, which is the program that you all have, most of you have the privilege of taking here either at eBridge or in other parts of the Rio Grande Valley. So Daniel Julio Quiroga, who's over there, and myself traveled to Kansas City this past week to really engage back to the core values of the Kauffman Foundation. That we haven't had a summit in a very long time because of COVID, and then things just got in the way, but really gave us an opportunity to engage back to the community of the Fast Track, which is the program that we do and that we love so much here in the Rio Grande Valley, that gives us the foundational basic knowledge of how to start a business or grow a business. And of course, this community, which is the 1 Million Cups. Our partners in 1 Million Cups McAllen were also there, so we got to engage with them quite a bit, which was great. But most importantly, we got to meet people that really inspire us to bring back new ideas, new initiatives, new ways of running our 1 Million Cups program, and new ways of new ways of improving or making sure that our Kauffman Fast Track continues to be the best entrepreneurial program in the Rio Grande Valley. So I wanted to share this information. We got to mingle with super cool people like Brad Feld, who is an author of very important books in terms of entrepreneurship and startup community. I recommend a book that he wrote called Give First. It's amazing. And we also got to engage with our 1 Million Cups lead organizers and founders of 1MC that gave us a lot of insights, but they also validated that the work that we're doing here is the right work, is the right thing, that we're doing it right and we're doing it for you, the community. So on behalf of UTRGV, on behalf of eBridge, on behalf of all the partners and organizers, including our partners at BCIC and the rest of the Valley, we thank you for allowing us to bring these programs to you here. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you that Kauffman is phenomenal when it comes to providing support for our entrepreneurs. So keep in touch with our social medias, because we have a lot of new ideas that we're going to bring down to you from our trip to Kansas, and we're very excited to share this. The connections that you're going to make through these programs are so valuable. So keep connecting, bring more people. We need to grow this community, guys. We need to make it the best. Now we're on a challenge because we saw that some communities have a lot of participation. We want to win because I think we're the best 1MC not in the Rio Grande Valley because my accountant's gonna get mad at me, but I love you, Jorge. But mostly, I want it to be one of the most impactful ones because we're on the border and we're by the sea, so why not? Thank you, everybody, for being here today, and let's grow this community. Invite everybody over to come every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can't forget your coffee in 1 Million Cups. That's the whole thing of it. So like she said, we went to this amazing experience that we had in Kansas City. I myself been organizer for around 2 months. Honestly, it was an eye-opening. I think for us, it got me thinking of the importance of this group. I mean, yes, I love having you guys here every morning. It's fun to have you guys. It's fun to have people here in the eBridge. But at the same time, what are we doing here? What's going on? What is 1 Million Cups? What's the core of it? The core of it is community. That's what we're here for. That's what we're trying to build. We're trying to help each other grow. And that is the basis of this. And this is what we do this every single Wednesday. And honestly, that's what makes me passionate about this program. I'm someone who's always looked for the community. I was lucky enough to be part of a team that is looking for the well-being, and then just having a bridge, so it just felt natural for women cups to coexist in this realm. So, again, welcome today. If this is your first time here, you might be asking yourself, what is 1 million cups? Again, it's a national program, so every Wednesday around the whole country, there's a meeting just like this one happening, with 2 entrepreneurs coming in, donating their time, around 10-minute presentation, and then you guys, the audience, the community, giving Q&A, but it's not just ask questions. Maybe you have a solution. Maybe they have a problem they haven't been able to solve by themselves. This is where you come in. We give the space for them to share their story, to tell us what's going on, to give us just an insight of how they did it, and then for you guys to reciprocate with something. So make sure you guys don't stay silent. Don't quit on me. Please participate. Again, she mentioned already, we are part of the Southwest program. We're one of the newest ones, and honestly, if you tell myself, we're probably the best ones that we have. Again, sorry, Jorge, we are the best ones. Again, we've been lucky enough that we share around 3,541 cups of coffee, which for me is 3,541 connections that we made over coffee. So, again, it is a time for you guys to be reminded. Please be mindful of your devices. Please, if you need to take a call or something, step out, please. You can go to the lobby. There are some booths on the back. And I'm not going to take more time for you guys. We have 2 amazing speakers today. We're going to have our first one, Jaime Rodriguez, coming into the mix, and let's give it up for him.
Hi, good morning. I'm a little nervous today. I teach. I'm a computer teacher, and today I'm actually nervous. So, anyway, so my name is Jaime Rodriguez. I am the proud owner of Computer Diagnostics. First of all, Computer Diagnostics, we are not your IT providers. We are your IT partners. What is the difference? The customer service. We don't just service you. We get to know you. We get to grow together. Well, we help you from the bottom, and if you're successful, then I'm successful, and that's the whole problem. So why do we exist? So Computer Diagnostics is an MSP, managed service provider, or a managed security service provider. I like to call myself a managed solutions provider, right? So anything dealing with IT, we can help you. If we don't have it, you don't need it. So again, we are more of an outsourced IT company. A lot of small businesses, sole proprietors, sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time, we're dealing with computers. We're in a digital world already. And so we're here to provide you IT services for those companies that cannot afford an IT company. So back then, I've had a lot of meaningful talks with Mr. Perez. Back then, they used to call us the necessary evil. You know, like, yeah, we need you guys. We can't afford you guys, but we need you. So, as I was talking to Mr. Perez, we're actually we're technicians from the 1900s. We actually started. I started in 1996. So I have roughly 30 years experience. So you're not just getting anybody with us, you know, you're getting the experience. We serve small companies, entrepreneurs. Again, we're an outsourced IT company, and we're here to help. We're here to help, not to hinder. You know, again, we're trying to reduce those costs. I'm like you, I'm an entrepreneur just like you. I want to cut corners, but sometimes you cannot cut corners when it comes to computers or digital or your data. So we used to be a break-fix kind of company. Your computer would break down, you call us, we'll go fix it. That's more of a reactive approach. What an MSP does is we take a more of a proactive approach. We anticipate problems before they happen. And no, we're not psychics. We're not like, oh yeah, your computer's gonna break down on Tuesday. No. What we do is we put AI agents on your devices, and it sends us feedback. This Sunday, I actually got a computer sent me a feedback that their hard drive was overheating. It was like over 120 degrees for 9 minutes. So I call my client, I said, hey, I know it's Sunday, I know, but you left your computer on and it's overheating. You know, especially the hard drive, that's where you have your QuickBooks, that's where you have, you know, we need to fix that soon. You need a new computer, you need something. So again, it's more of a proactive approach. And for those of you that run QuickBooks, you know that that is a very expensive software and very sensitive data. One of the challenges that I've had so far is the lack of importance. People don't see, people say, oh, I don't need an antivirus. You know, I don't do anything bad. I don't go to bad websites. I don't do this. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. A friend of mine went to like an MSN page, and there was an article on polar bears, and he clicked on it, virus. So it's not the same environment anymore. Anything, all they want to do is they want you to click on that button, and you get compromised, right? So, and we're trying to eliminate all of that. So, one, I'm trying to educate. When it comes to educate, like I said, I'm a teacher. I teach cybersecurity. I teach computer information systems. So I try to teach everyone, you know, the importance of cybersecurity, the importance of maintaining all of that, especially when it comes to HIPAA or PII information. One of my other challenges, because I'm in IT, I know the IT gets stereotyped. We're kind of like introverts. We're not very social. So I struggle in marketing, and that's why I joined the eBridge. I know eBridge is going to help me, and they have been helping me, so I'm very grateful for that. And again, the other challenge is people don't see the value of our services until it's too late. When the computer breaks down, it's like, oh, I should have, would have, could have, but they didn't, right? So again, my name is Jaime Rodriguez. I've been doing this. I've been in the IT industry for a little bit close to 30 years, and I teach as well. I enjoy the teaching. So when I go to my customers, I try to empower them as well. If it's something simple that I think that it may happen again, I'll show them, hey, this is how you fix this. In a good way, right? You know, tell them this, so you don't have to call me anymore. You don't have to call me as much. I empower them to take ownership of their stuff, and they save some money. And you know, and people tell me, but if you give them the secret recipe, then you're out of a job. I don't see it that way. I really don't see it that way. If I help them how to do something simple, when something else comes along, I'm sure they're going to call me because the trust is there. And believe it or not, it's not always about the money. It's about the relationship. So again, with the difference between an MSP and a break fix, the break fix, somebody will come, they don't know your business, they don't know what you do. They'll fix your computer and there you go. But we take that extra care. If you go to a particular store, I don't want to say, you know, and they fix your computer, but then they erase all your information for security reasons, and they'll return it to you like here. Oh, by the way, we erased everything for security reasons. It's like, yikes. What we do, because we're an MSP, we talk to you. We talk to you. We call you at least once a month. Hey, how's everything going? Of course, we have our AI agents talking to each other. We get to know your company. We get to know who you are, What is it that you need? What projects do you have in the future? Again, we grow with you. We're your partner, not we're not just a provider. Yes? So we focus a lot in customer service. What I like to think of myself as I was talking to the gentleman here, we are kind of like the Navy SEALs of Geek Squad. If that makes it easier for everyone. So, and I guess that's the end of my presentation. So, thank you. I'll be here all week. My desk is over there. Questions? Yes, sir.
Are you able to handle DoD requirements for government contracting? Or are you able to learn to do it?
Yes, of course, yes. Yes, right now I'm working with HIPAA and PII. I'm actually helping tax preparers working for the IRS is now requiring a lot of the NIST requirements, a lot of PII requirements. So I'm helping them do a WISP, a Written Information Security Plan. So I'm helping them as well. Yes. Cybersecurity is a big thing right now. It's very...
DoD's mega layers.
Oh, yeah, layers upon layers upon. Any other questions?
Jaime, do you have any certifications in order to get approved or to work with government? I mean, like how the minority business?
I have.
If not, I want to make a connection for you. We have the area oil here. It's a good connection for you to get certifications so you can compete for bids for government contracts.
Great, awesome. I do have certifications, but they're from CompTIA. Those are international certifications. What is the difference between a CompTIA certification and being a lawyer? If you're a lawyer in Texas and you want to practice being a lawyer in New Mexico, you have to get a license over there. With my CompTIA certification, I can go to Mexico or 250 other countries, and they accept my certification.
The certification that you're talking about is on the federal and state side. You're going to go ahead and promote yourself as a minority business-owned company, or on the federal side as well, go ahead and get registered through SAM.gov. And normally, if you do get registered, that's the method, the path that they go ahead and pay out when you do business with the federal government. So just keep that in mind.
I will talk to you right after this, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that connection. Yes, thank you. Yes.
So a lot of people think, you think of IT, you think it's expensive.
Yes.
So how do you ease people into investing?
I show them the value. It's not about the price, it's about the value. This right here. If I sell this for $100, it'd be like, I'm not going to pay for that. But what if this was like pure gold? Now would you pay $100 for it? Right? Because we're worth probably even more, right? So I try to show the people the value. Show the value. Depending on how, so this is one of the stories. You're the boss. You know, however much you're getting paid an hour. You know, let's just say $40 an hour, right? You're the boss. You're getting paid $40 an hour. Your computer breaks down. You know, how long is it going to take for you to fix that? Right? Let's just say it takes you 4 hours. Well, it took you 4 hours, so it's 4 times 4, it's 168. So you just lost money there. But not only did you lose money, you could have used that time to met with a client.
How do you deal with estimates? I mean, you're in the service industry, so someone calls you and like, oh, it's something small, and they're like, oh my God, it's something huge. Like, do you have another conversation? Hey.
Oh yeah. Yes. There's always. So I try to be as transparent as possible. I do. Sometimes we're kind of considered like mechanics. Like, hey, I changed this, and they're like, I don't know if you did or not. So I try to be as fully transparent as possible, and I'll tell them ahead of time. And like I said, I'm a educator by heart. So when I'm talking to my clients, to my partners, I tell them, oh, this is what I did, and this is where it is, and you're welcome to, ask any other questions, and we do that.
So do you usually ask for a retainer up front, like, okay, like give me X
So that's what an MSP is, a managed service provider. It's a subscription base. It's subscription. So in a way, you already know what you're paying a month, and if something happens, we're there for you, and you don't have to pay extra because you already paid that. Yes, so you can already budget that and say, hey, I have this, I have this, I have that.
Do you have tiers of
I have tiers, yes. Yeah, people tell, how much is it? How much does it cost? I said, I don't know. It's like buying a car. Well, do you want the luxury car? Do you want the one with leather seats? What is it that you want? Do you want a work truck? It's the same thing with us. We will only sell you what you need. And that's why there's a lot of conversations. What do you need? I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to get to know your company. And that connection right there. I have customers that their computer breaks down, and they'll say, hey, I won't be able to go until Friday. We'll wait. We'll wait. We trust you. We'll wait. We don't trust anybody else. And so I like that. It feels good that they trust me. Again, it's not always about the money.
Do we have any more questions? I do have one. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
How often do you lose a client?
Not very often. Not very often. Sometimes I think I've lost them. Like they don't call me for 2 years, and then they come back. Oh, I just got a new computer. Come and do your thing, that thing that you do. And like, how come you haven't called me in 2 years? They're like, oh, because everything's been working fine, so we didn't really need you. So I guess I do too good of a job. You had a question, sir?
Oh, yes, usually who's your client? Like, regular people, businesses?
I like to focus small businesses. I just love the small business. The small businesses actually is what got me through college. So when I was going to college, and I wanted to get my bachelor's degree, I was older. I already had a mortgage. I already had this, and I actually quit my job to finish my bachelor's. And I'll just get a job, wherever. But nobody would hire me. Because I had like monkey hours, I had class in the morning, another class at night, and people were like, we can't work with your schedule. We want to, but we can't work with you. So I hired myself, and I started my company. Now I had already some clients that I would help, and I'll take a donation or whatever, because it was just a thing. So this time it just became a business. And I told them, now I have to charge you, and they were okay with it. They said, hey, you're giving the service.
What made you fall in love with computers, or do you remember if there was a specific moment?
When I was a kid, my parents used to buy me toys. They would get upset because I would open them up because I wanted to see how they worked. And my dad would get upset. Oh, we just bought you that toy. And as he was yelling at me, I'd like put it back together and say, hey, look, I put it back together. I was just curious and wondering how it worked. Those little toys, those wind up toys, kind of. I was just curious. So, and the only thing I know that because they told me that story. So when you were a kid, you used to do that. I was like, oh, I don't remember. Yes.
So I kind of got sucked in when you were talking about agents and being proactive.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that opens up an opportunity for you to charge monthly for digital workers that are just there monitoring. Is that something you do? Like you have like a monthly subscription?
Yes, and that's what it is. The MSP, it's a monthly subscription, and they're all these agents are talking to me. I got a big humongous screen, bigger than this. No, actually smaller. I have multiple screens, and I always get alerts on my phone. Something happening, just since I'm on the go, then I carry my laptop, everything with me. Yeah.
Who just stole my question? I have a follow-up question. So, do you have any startup package for businesses, like a new business that is starting a new business that you can do consulting?
Yeah, we can do consulting, and again, prices vary. Again, it's what you need. I'm not going to sell you more. I'm not going to sell you less. I'll work with you. I'll work with all my clients. I even work with them financially. I'll put them on a net 30 instead of, hey, I did the work, pay. Oh, I can wait. Again, it's not always about the money. Yes, I want to get paid. We need to get paid, but I can work with them. So I'm very lenient on that.
Why a small business that is not tech savvy should hire you to do a consulting?
I'm sorry?
Why a new business that is not tech savvy person should hire you to do something?
Again, because one, I will help them budget-wise compared to getting paid. And of course, I'll be there working with them, alongside with them. And again, I educate them. I'm not just like, I don't do it and leave. I do the work. I tell them what I did, and they all, by the way, they also get monthly reports. Like, this is what I did. I know you're not looking, but we ran an antivirus. We checked your hard drive. We did a cleanup. We did all of this. So they get reports every month and say, hey, this is the work that we've done. It's not like, thank you for your money. We'll see you next month. Nothing like that. Yes, sir. You had a question.
Do you have any employees? If so, how many?
I do contract labor because it comes in waves. Because it comes in waves, I do contract labor, and because I have students, I do more like an internship as well. So it helps them. It helps me.
I have one last question.
Yes.
This is just a tradition that we do here, and tying it back to the community is, what can we, as a community, help you with your business, with your endeavor? What can we do?
Help me in marketing. That's what I need. Once people see the value of the work that we do, people like, yes, we'll do it. We'll take it. We'll take two. So that's it. Thank you. I'm sorry?
Any funding, any grants?
I need clients. That would be my funding. That would be my funding. I have everything. I won't say I have everything I need, but as the company's growing, I should be purchasing more stuff. Yes. So, like I said, I've had 30 years experience. I've kind of accumulated some stuff. I have a whole garage full of stuff.
What kind of marketing are you looking for? Like, what's your pain point?
What's my what?
What's your pain point? What are you trying to sell?
That the people don't, the business owners don't see the value of it. They just want to cut corners, and usually IT is the first thing that they cut. My computer's working, why do I need an IT? And then the computer breaks down, it's like, I have an IT, why did my computer break?
My sobrinito can do it.
Uh-huh.
My sobrino can do it.
Yeah, I'll hire my nephew. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you mentioned you were gonna have some type of workshop for several.
Oh, yes, well, Mr. Perez and I, we're working on a workshop, and he'll give you more details, but we'll be having a cybersecurity workshop, especially for you owners. So cybersecurity needs to work from the top, they call it top-down approach. You as the owner, you need to set the example, and then everything trickles down. Before, we used to do the down-up. First, the technicians, and then later on, move up to the owner. The problem is, the owner's like, I'm the owner, I don't need all that mumbo jumbo. But the owners are the ones that get compromised. The owners are the ones that have the sensitive information. They call it spear phishing. And so you're the ones that are going to be constantly attacked. And so that's why we want to do a cybersecurity for the business owners, so they could have an understanding, so they could do the top-down approach. I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Like, what would you recommend us young people that go to, like, what you would do, like, help you out to know? What would your strategy?
Keep at it. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love, and just go for it. Yeah. Don't look for a job that pays well. Look for a job that you can do for 50 years. Ask yourself, what can I do for 50 years and never get tired? And that's what you should be doing. Forget about the pay. The money will be there. Whatever you do, the money will be there. But you have to be good at it. Okay. Thank you. Oops, I think I messed it up.
No, you're good. There you go. Can you give another round of applause for Jaime? Thank you so much. I think one thing that just really stuck out with me is about the toys, and you used to put them together. I love how entrepreneurs come into the table and say, you can tell from the beginning, this was my passion, and I made it into my future, and that's very inspiring. So thank you so much for that. And again, thank you guys for collaborating. Thank you so much for asking the questions. This is what we want to see. This is what we're trying to get. I mean, that feedback, I know that he's going to be able to make some connections out of this. I know that you guys could have some questions. Please, afterwards, there's going to be more time for you guys to network. The open space is open from 8 to 5 every Wednesday, so you guys can stick around. There's still some more coffee. There's some donuts, so just don't miss on that. Without further ado, I'll have our next presenter, Steve Perez. He's going to tell us about his story. So give it up for him.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
He has a timer. You got it.
Okay. Thank you for coming in today. Today we're going to be talking about a tech journey, how we got started, and I'll go ahead and start. So, reverse. So my tech journey started back in 1983. I'm going to get over here. 1983, correct. And it was because I was curious, right? Like Jaime said, we were curious and we just got into it, and I'm like, what is a computer? You should see that, movie. It talks about a talking computer and all that nice stuff, which is AI, by the way. So, but back in the 80s, it was not easy to learn coding, okay? There was no YouTube, dial-up, what is that? So we had to learn it the hard way. Go to the library, forget your quarter, you're stuck there for 4 hours, right? But you learned a lot. And then I started my education, right? Now I found high school, there was only 3 computers there. And my freshman year, there was no computers. So I'm like, how in the heck do I get into computers if there's no computers? Well, the next thing I could get was a typewriter. So I was with 40 ladies and one guy. But I did it, right? I went through that. But anyway, that's how you learn. But I couldn't stop there. So I did go to Silicon Valley. Yes, I did. I lived over there for 2 years. My son was born in California. Yes, I became a 49er. Well, there was only one channel, guys, back then, so we were forced to. But I learned a lot. I went to Moscone Center, Trade Center. It was like accelerated. I was like 10 years compressed into 2 years, something like that. That's what it felt to me. But due to family reasons, and I did say my son was born over there, whatever, divorce, whatever, I had to come back. And I got a job at Harlingen, the first computer programming title, whatever, Steve Perez, computer programmer, yay. That's why we were used to be called. Today, they call themselves coders, vibe coding, whatever title. But back in the early 90s, we were called computer programmers because we're programming. Does anybody of you guys remember programming, or in this case, yes, the word is correct. Programming a VCR, you were programming the date, the channel. And if you messed it up, you got no Miami Vice on Friday nights. Anyway, but it was a mainframe, and it was cold room, and I just didn't see a future programming mainframes. I just didn't see myself there 30 years, 40 years. So I said, no, I need to know TCP/IP. That was the early days of internet. Early days. And I said, I got to find a challenging position. And that's where I landed in Mexicana Airlines. Oh boy, was that a challenge. Wow. Dual customs, 2 languages, programming on 2 sides of the countries, running over to Matamoros, coming back. Yes, I did do aircraft, go from airport to airport. It was crazy times. That one felt like a 6-year stunt, but it felt in my brain 12 years. But guess what? This is when I discovered the power of the power of the computer, not the power of the internet, but the power of the computer, where I was able to duplicate myself. Yes, duplicate myself, because they did connect a what's called back then an ISDSN line, but today we know it as DSL line or whatever, just an internet connection from Brownsville to Mexico City. And they wanted me to type orders in there. I said, oh no, I don't think so. I'm gonna be here till 12 at night, right? So I figured out how to do a server. It took me like 3 or 4 months, data sharing, and my hours went down from 12 to 10 to 8 to 6 to 4. I was taking 4-hour lunches. Who do you know takes 4-hour lunches? Oh, cool. I dropped it to 3 because I was feeling bored, but you know, that was about it. But I was able to shave my hours. That means I duplicated myself. Think about it. I doubled myself, 2x, okay? Tell you why I'm mentioning that right now in the next slides. This is embarrassing. These are the only 2 photos I got. Back in the 90s, photos spend money, man. I mean, we were only authorized to take photos of things that break down. But I couldn't take it on these occasions. I was like, these things are big, you know? So I took some pictures. Yes, we used to have our own trucks. And yes, I was a patente, you know, and I crossed so many engines, I forgot how many engines I've crossed, but that's not the point. The point was that due to this experience, I went into aircraft and ground logistics. Okay, Mexicana closed down and they decided to go to Los Angeles. I didn't want to go to Los Angeles because I was already there in the 90s, remember? San Francisco? Really? $2,000 rents? And no, I'm not going back. So I stayed and started aircraft and ground logistics. That's what it stands for. In aviation, it refers to a situation when an aircraft is unable to fly. There were a lot of airlines stuck in Cancun, La Paz, Baja California. Man, that was a tough one. There was 2 engines I had to pick up from La Paz. I didn't know anybody in San Diego, Tijuana, and I got it done in 6 hours. That was my reputation. I would rescue airlines. But anyway, let me move forward. I'm not gonna put all of them, but these are the major ones, because some of them you were not even gonna know, like USA 3000, like who the heck are they? So I posted the ones that are known, but they would call me like 3 in the morning, hey, can you help me with this? And like, I'm all sleepy, right? But I would still take the call. And I did have some Mexican airlines as well. That's where I got the experience. But here comes the recession, right? And yes, this is my first crash. This is why I tell people I've crashed 3 times. You as an entrepreneur, you will crash, but it's what you do afterwards is what's important. Do you quit? What do you do, right? So the recession was an overspill. Because I remember a small recession in 2005 when my daughter was born. I remember that recession. It only lasted 8 months. In my mind, I recovered quickly. In fact, I got Interjet. Boom, took off. I was making some serious cash, you know, some very serious cash. But this was an overspill. It kept dragging and dragging and dragging because people didn't have, and then you keep going up and then you crash again. And by the time I knew it, I went from 20 accounts down to 2 accounts. That's when I said logistics is not really working no more. Even though I was making a lot of money when I was in AOG, in this time frame, I was just crash again, and you know, no landing gear, mayday, you know, you have to move, right? So you have to pivot. That's what I'm getting at. Sometimes we crash as entrepreneurs, but you got to pivot. So, but here comes Mr. COVID, damn it, you know, like, geez, this was, we all went through it, right? But this one was terrifying because I still remember my daughters, the district says 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't think so. You know, it's probably 18 months. They didn't believe me. But what was my reference to 18 months? The Spanish influenza. You know, I was going back to history just to grab something. And that sometimes is what you do as an entrepreneur. You try to forecast something. You don't know it's going to take 18 months, but you try to forecast. But here we are in the year 2025. So I just told you my journey that started with AI. Yes, you want to play a game? That was the computer voice, AI. It was talking to us. But here we have workflows and automation. This is the nerve system of a humanoid, if we look at it. So a workflow is kind of like pipelines and electrical wires. You put them together and they work independently. Voyager 1, I'm talking to you. Anybody know Voyager 1, where he's at? Interstellar space. A computer working for over 70 years. So this works for 70 years. But this one is still new. I consider this one to be like a teenager with a credit card. Be careful. So but it's getting better. That's what I'm getting at. So we're anticipating, hey, in the next 18 months, oh, wow, we're going to have some serious stuff. And the reason I'm bringing this stuff in is because I'm doing a plug-in here. BCAC, due to their data center upstairs, in case you didn't know, they have internet capacity of 2 gigabytes downstream and 2 gigabytes upstream. Holy moly. In the 90s, I had, what, 14K? Oh, my goodness. You know, this is ridiculous. But understand how it was in the past. It was just text. Today, you got to do a lot of video and stuff. So they purchased 2 supercomputers. You guys are sitting down? So 70 trillion operations per second. That's crazy. What can you do with that? Computer vision. Okay? You can see stuff. Because you as a human, there's no way you can count all these geese. Go for it. It will always result in errors. But the computer vision, if you program it, it will always count. That's where computer vision kicks in. Voice bots. We went to, technology. It will talk to you. Remember word games? Now you can talk to the computer, conversate, communicate, query databases. It will go get, what's your account number? 3355. It will talk to you. You will be fooled. And if you're not fooled right now, you will be fooled in 18 months. Because you will hear my voice, or your voice, or your voice. You can duplicate voices. So the voice bots, you need these type of computers. And again, takes us back to the humanoids. Who, guys, believes in humanoids right now? Do you think you're going to see them in the next 6 months? Yes. I was going to show a video, but due to limited time, I can't do it. But I'll see you guys in the AI Tech Club. I invite you to see what we got for you guys in the Tech Club. The Tech Club was born out of what the city was certified, which is a tech hub. A tech hub without coders, yeah, we need coders. They meet here in Ebridge, so that's cool. And just to wrap it up, and there's QR codes all over the room, you can join the Tech Club because that's how you're going to learn how to be inside the humanoid. You don't have to program the humanoid, you need to control the humanoid. And with vibe coding, you can do that. But anyway, just a quick picture here. And yes, I'm going to showcase that house. I keep saying the house to your left. Anybody know who lived there? Yes, the founder. But anybody know who was born there? James. This is James Stillman, and he is the first billionaire of Texas. He was not born in Laredo. He was not born in Houston. He was born here, little bedroom. Well, I presume the bedroom, right? I don't think the living room, right? They had no TVs. But if we think about it, he helped Porfirio Diaz raise cash, raise funds to take over Mexico, which became the president. And how do you communicate? Beep, 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 beep. That's a computer, ones and zeros. So he's the first computer user of Brownsville, Texas. Now, in the VR world, and this is something that we're working with Doug, the VR units, if you guys want to understand that, is the fastest way you can upskill. You can learn how to disassemble an engine. Why not? Maybe 10%. But you can visualize it. You can get in there, immerse yourself. And that's part of the supercomputers, right? And of course, you want to get into rockets, well, ask somebody to train you on that, but you start with VR. You don't start flying on day one, but you start simulating on day one. And that pretty much wraps up my presentation, and yes, I went, darn it. Okay, thank you.
We have some time for some Q&A. Anyone has any questions for Steve?
In 1975, I put a radio station, First FM in Brownsville, on the air at Fort Brown. And it had original AI, it had computer, it had commercials, it had the music and the reels. It was not as big as that one I saw at the Harlingen school system,
Mainframe.
okay? How small it would, what was being done by that computer at the Harlingen school system where you worked in the 90s, how small would that require today?
Yeah, correct. Well, I would say the size of a desktop computer, because I don't know how super mainframe it was, but the nano 70 trillion operations per second, you know, maybe it would resolve that issue, and it fits in the palm of your hand. And by fitting in the palm of the hand, you know that is part of the heart and the brain of a humanoid, because they're not going to be putting a desktop, right? Imagine the damn humanoid, oh, it can't walk, you know. They don't walk with desktop computers or laptop computers. They walk with mini computers. But those mini computers have to be very, very powerful because they got to move, you know. And if you guys want to see some videos, I got a humanoid video that is dancing better than us. We can't even do the robot dance no more because they don't dance that way no more. The robots don't dance that way no more. Go ahead, Denny.
Steve, what is, I mean, you've seen a lot of things since the 80s, right? So what is one thing that right now, still like surprises you, you know, on a technical level? Like, oh my God, like I don't know how they're doing that, but wow. Is there something?
Of course. AI app creation is just crazy. You know, what we saw 6 months ago, it's even crazier. You can do apps now in 5 minutes with an existing database and grab the code and take it to your server. That's what I was waiting for. Because sometimes when you look at other platforms, you're stuck to their ecosystem. I didn't want to be stuck to their system, right? Because then you're restricted. You got to be on their mainframes or the servers. They might be from Europe, or whatever. But to be able to use it as a tool and get it done, at least for prototyping, and quickly just launch and like, damn, that looks like a 6 months app. Yes, that what wows me. And be able to connect the data and then do other stuff through the workflows and the AI agents, and that is very, very powerful. That's the power of 5,000 employees, man.
So is it like the equivalent of like ramen noodles where you just put them in the microwave? Is that how you see it, or what analogy can you?
I would say it's more like Olive Garden, but instant. No noodles. It's a little bit more powerful. Yeah. Any other question?
What is the difference between virtual reality and artificial reality? Is there any?
Okay. I would say it's the same. There's three. There's virtual reality, which you are immersed and everything looks cartoonish, but due to 4K, 8K stuff will look very real. You can connect to 360 cameras at 4K. For example, right now we're recording in 4K. Thank you, Doug, for the sponsorship there. And that 360 camera is recording everything in live, 4K. So the pixels are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So you will be fooled when you go immersed and like, oh, I'm in Chicago and I can see the high-rise buildings. That is VR, just immersive, just getting there. But to get to this part, which is a little bit more stuff, you need to build it through either Unreal Engine or some of those platforms, and that way you can pick up the parts and then look at them. Cool. And then go in there and study it. And then if you're stuck, yes, you prompt the AI. Hey, so what is this? Let me look it up. It's part of an engine, CFM 65, made by Pratt & Whitney. That is very educational. So Doug and I believe that that's part of the upskilling education, because you're not going to get that from the college or PhD, sorry. And when AI kicks in and is destroying jobs, you can learn fast because it's being built here. So that's the VR. The AR, when you double click, you're able to see the real life video. That is called mixed reality. And then you have XR, which you can just go to any web page, and then that web page comes in and it gives you immersive. That's a little bit more for simple stuff. but it's still very immersive. And according to Doug's metrics, and we've checked this out, and you can Google it if you want to, what is the best way to learn? It will not say teach, because right now, I'm sorry, but 95% of everybody here will forget me in 3 weeks. You will. But you can come back to the video and reference it. But that's 5% of retention. Then you have reading, and then you have, talking or whatever. But immersive, it's a high 85, a high 90%. And it will stay here. And if you forget it, go back in. Because we're humans. Anybody remember their Sunday dinner 3 weeks ago? Anybody? Anybody? Want to take that vote? $100? Let's go. Nobody? You see, it's hard. Unless we write it down in a journal, or unless you have a party with the family every Sunday, well, the barbecue, but está bueno. You don't count because you do it every week. And that's the point, frequency. You need frequency in order to keep it here because we have so much distractions. And back in the 80s, we only had one channel. Guys, one radio station, one TV station. We didn't have hundreds of stations. Right now, you have millions of YouTube channels. I mean, it's crazy. There's nothing that focused you on. So our kids are, teenagers are all over the place. And that's not good because they're not focused. And when we are not focused, we all have it, shiny object syndrome. Shiny. I go over there, follow that. But you're not making money. It might be a passion. I love passion. But you have to be careful as an entrepreneur. You got to do your metrics, check it out. Does this make me money? Because you got to be an entrepreneur. If you're just following it because you have the passion, that's a freaking hobby. You might as well go do it on Sundays and Saturdays because you're happy. You're doing it, right? That's a passion. But you got to think about it. Am I making money with it? Can I market it? Can I roll it over? And if the answer is no, then it's a passion. But if it's a business, you'll make money and passion, you combine them, oh, you're happy, right? So that's why some people tell me, you work every day? I don't work every day. I have passion projects every day. I do take a lot of breaks, so I do take a lot of breaks. Any other question? Because Danny's looking at me like we're supposed to wrap it up. Any other question?
So, you don't maybe be the most frequent speaker at 1 million cups, right? You've already presented 3-4 times, always with something new.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
How do you keep up with all the new things, and how are you so excited to learn about all of these things? Like, what's your number one source of information, or where do you go to learn about these things? How do you get yourself to be excited about it and not scared about it?
Yeah. Thank you for that question. So business news, I go to The Guardian because that feeds me. So that's always good, a local, what's going on the border. But on the tech, you can curate it, right? You can curate it. You can set up some curated things, and it will just come in like a flood. So then you got to filter it, You got to filter it. I'm not saying I created with this. I didn't. But I found triage. I'm not a medical person. Doug is. But you got to see which is an urgency, what's normal, what can wait 3 weeks. Because not everything's a crisis. Believe me, in Mexican Airlines, everything was an emergency. And at one time I remember saying, not everything can be an emergency. You're pulling me through the right, through the left, to do this and go to Matamoros. I can't be in 2 places at the same time. That's not possible, right? So it was very frustrating, and they didn't teach you. A lot of stuff that they taught me in Mexican Airlines, I self-corrected myself later on through books. Audiobooks is good as well for retention. You're driving, you're learning. Today, that is another chapter. I got 5 bots in my phone. I'm constantly learning while I'm driving. And I ask questions. And I'm not going to say ChatGPT. Go to Grok. Go to Gemini. There's over 5 teachers, 5 mentors, 5 instructors in your phone. There'll be more later, right? And that's voice activation. I'm doing what I remember I saw in war games. Learning to play a game. That was a game. But it was still AI that took over Warp. I don't remember the initials, but it was a war, I don't know, Pentagon, whatever. And it was about to self-destruct, but it kind of reasoned that, hey, wait a second, this is like tic-tac-toe, and then It was doing that, and then that's the plot of the movie. Sorry, I screwed it up. But still watch it. It gives you a very good understanding of, AI, and that's here in our hands right now. We're not supposed to use those chat boxes on one-on-one. You got to figure out how to use them one and spread your workload. So that way you work less and you make more money, which, by the way, is entrepreneurship, right? We don't work more. If you work for the business, you just got yourself sorry, you're self-employed. So you got to be careful with that. Go ahead, Denny.
Steve, so it seems like your entire life you're trying to just get more time, right?
Yeah.
For what?
To do more projects. Yep. To do more projects. We are working, and I'll plug this in. We want to build a smart bridge. There's a permit sitting there at the port for 40 years. He had a permit for 40 years. Yes, let me tell you a story. General Diaz got money. He went to Toluca, or I can't say the TL words. So he won. He became president, and then, and I have a book, guys. So I'm not inventing this stuff. I do have a book, The First Billionaire, right? I'll maybe. There's some QR codes. Become part of the club, and I'll send you the articles. Okay, so understand that this guy came into Matamoros. There was no United States of America here. Esto era Matamoros. He came into the Port Isabel. There's a little plaque, 1824, Port of Matamoros. Okay, so he came here. And then he started selling. So what I'm getting at is that I like those kind of connections, right? Because we're here in Brownsville. But being able to be on top of those type of stories and education is the AI is an awesome educator, and you will power up, and the more you learn, or if you get stuck, you can hire contractors. It's no big deal, because he was a trader. He would buy for $1, sell for $9. Think about that. He did not create a Longhorn, right? Did he create a crop? No, he just bought it and sold it to the market. He became a billionaire. Then he got into real estate, other things. So sometimes you get bored. Sometimes when you have that burn, and you could be a millionaire and look at, who we're talking about, they get bored. They just constantly need to be dealing with passion projects. But I'll wrap it up because Danny's already gave you 3 seconds to go. Okay, one more question.
The 1 million cups, $1 million question. Yep. Again, how can we as a community help you out with your future endeavors?
Thank you, Danny. Help yourself. Join the club. Help yourself. I'm here for an hour. If you want to go hire a $300 consultant, go to Jaime. But you want to be able to work as a community, discuss it, look at items. This is stuck. This is working. Okay, fine. I'll help you now, but then I'll pass it over to Jaime. It's a community. We are a tech hub. Let's make it work. And the tech hub produces wealth. He did it. Why can't you do it? And before I wrap it up, we know that the 1%, we always complaining about the 1%. Did you know, and you can look it up, 1% is only 1.2 million a year. What? It's not billions? No. It's 1.2 million a year, 100K a month, 25K a week, $5,000 a day. You might be saying $5,000 is hard. Yeah, if you do it yourself, you're not going to cut grass. There's no way. Or you're not going to be able to make it if you're doing one house. So if you keep thinking one-on-one, you're correct to self-assess and say, no way. But if you duplicate, and that's what we're doing on the data center. The data center with the nano computers can do the job of 100 employees. Think about that. We set up 50 nano computers over there, and you got 50,000 employees. Be part of that. That's what I welcome you. So don't forget, there's QR codes everywhere. Join the club. It's free. I don't charge. He charges. But because... Okay, we'll take it down. But he's correct to say we have to assess because we don't know what we're getting into. People tell me, how much you charge per the hour? How much? I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Are you building a 80-story building or you're building a 3-bedroom apartment? No garage. Well, obviously, that's going to be cheaper, right? So, but then they ask, what about the hour? I can't even charge the hour because I don't know what type of materials you need. Do you want marble? Do you want wood? There's always many variables. But at the end of the day, look at your service providers, poke them around, ask them questions. Be part of the tech. Tech is the next oil. Be part of the oil industry. This is a data. It's the next oil. Look it up. And I could be thinking other things, so I'm going to shut it down because Danny, get it back. Because I could be here another 20.
That was great. Sorry, I lost my thought for a second. Honestly, I think I find it very inspiring. We're gonna try to do more like theme ones, just like this one. Women in Cups win tech today. But I want to highlight more industries. So if today was interesting to you, if I'm something helpful today, you will find it next Wednesday and the following and the following. If you tell me that you're not free, I will tell you, well, just book me for the next Wednesday. Coming up again. Every Wednesday we'll be here. Every Wednesday we'll have 2 people donating their time. Every Wednesday we'll solve the world with this little group, so that's why important that we bring it up more. Again, the program might be ending in a moment. I'm going to give some announcements and that'll be pretty much it. But the connections hasn't ended. Steve will be around. Jaime will be around. Make sure you guys make the work time. If you guys are already here, if there's some coffee left, there's some donuts left, let's take advantage of it. Connect with each other, talk to each other. There's clickers all the way over here. Again, thank you so much, Steve, for donating, for sponsoring our coffee today, for helping us out with that. So make sure you guys give it a round of applause and talk to Steve about it. I also, Miss Linda spoke about it just kind of quick earlier today, but we talk about the Kaufman and our fast track program that we do. So we work with several cities. UTRGV ECC works throughout the RGV. So I do want to plug in, if you're in the FAR area or know any businesses in the FAR area, we have a Kaufman coming up. This is a way to sign up. We have more information in the social media and also white page. So this is, if you want to know business principles, if you want to know the grid of what business is all about. Most of our members have come here because of the fast track. It's a great opportunity to start, and honestly, I can not recommend it enough. And again, please scan the QR code, sign up to us. Again, we'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. So get a coffee.